So in the next couple weeks, we're getting another Disney live-action remake. I thought it'd be the perfect time to revisit Mulan from 1999. But is it still worth a watch today? Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and on this channel it's my job to point you in the direction of movies worth checking out. So if that interests you, definitely hit like and subscribe. And today I'm here to tell you if Mulan from 1998 is still worth a watch. So in Mulan we have, well, Mulan, voiced by Ming-Na Wen, and she doesn't seem to fit into the gender role that the Han Dynasty China has put in place for her. After the Huns, led by Shanu, voiced by Miguel Ferrer, breach the Great Wall of China, the Emperor sends out a conscription which requires one man from each family to join the Chinese army. The problem is that Mulan's father is the only man in the family who is also a war veteran, so now he must go back to war even though his health is steadily declining. Worried for her father, Mulan takes his old armor and disguises herself as a man to join the army. Once her family discovers Mulan's departure, Mulan's grandmother prays for the ancestors to watch over her. That help comes in the form of Eddie Murphy as a little dragon named Mushu. With the help of her guardian dragon and under the command of Captain Li Shang, voiced by B.D. Wong, Mulan must discover her true self to save her family and China. So is Mulan worth a watch today? It depends. Now, I did not grow up with Mulan. Even though I was born at the perfect time, I was born in '95 and I was born right in the middle of the Disney Renaissance, I never watched Mulan growing up. I guess it was just a VHS tape that I just didn't have. And the first time I ever saw it was when I was 16 years old. And I hadn't seen it since until now. So this is not a nostalgia-based review whatsoever. This is just me looking at it completely objectively. Is it worth a watch? I guess so. And again, get your hate mail ready because I know a lot of people love this movie. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. I thought it was okay. And a movie like this is hard to review because you can go down every single part of the filmmaking process and just put, it's okay, right? How are the characters? They're okay. How's the story? It's okay. How's the comedy? It's okay. And that's the review. But let's talk about the positives. What I really enjoyed about Mulan was the scope of this movie. This film feels gigantic. Especially when you look at the backgrounds, the action sequences, the choreography, the set pieces, especially the Imperial City alone. Just how big and grand it feels. It looks amazing. And you can tell that this is supposed to be this grand story. Which makes it all the more frustrating because it doesn't, at least in my eyes, the story of it doesn't live up to the scope that it presents. And Mulan feels like such a giant missed opportunity. Now to me, I see a movie like a piece of cake, right? And people have used this analogy before, but every single layer of cake are characters, story, and emotion, with comedy and action as like the icing. And that's the cake. Mulan is a tasty piece of cake, but the cake is so thin that I wanted more. It tastes really good, but I'm like, I want more. And that is the best way I can describe Mulan. The best part of this movie is the scope, but that makes it all the more frustrating because I don't think that the story and the movie itself lives up to that scope. So let's talk about Mulan, the actual character of Mulan. I like her. I think she works. You know what? She does not like the way that society has kind of pigeonholed her into this specific gender role, right? And she wants to defy expectations and find out who she really is. And she loves her family, so much so that she's willing to go undercover and go to war just to save her family and protect her father. That's really good, but that's about all we know about Mulan. To me, and again, I'm not saying that, oh, if with my ideas it would have been a better movie, but this is how I feel like I could have connected with it more. If you started off slower, and you actually built up the character of Mulan more than just those things, right? You got to see her personality, her quirks, not just her clumsiness, but you actually really get to know Mulan. Then this would have been a much better movie. However, in some movies, you can get away with a less interesting character if the villain is extremely strong. We automatically connect with our hero, or heroine in this case, because we want them to succeed against the big baddie. This imminent, large, huge threat that is extremely intimidating, and we want our heroes to succeed. Shanu, is probably the most forgettable Disney villain of all time. I don't know a single thing about him. He's evil, and his eyes look weird. That's all I know. I don't know what he wants. I don't know his motivation. I know that he wants to take over China, and that's it. But why does he want to do that? Why do the Huns want to invade China? You know, why is this character interesting? I have no idea. I have no clue whatsoever. He's not memorable, and he doesn't seem that threatening. And nothing is really distinct about him. You know, he's not comedic like Jafar or Hades. He's not as really menacing or deep as someone like Frollo. He's just kind of there. And sure, you do see some graphic imagery of, you know, the Huns destroying some villages, but that's about it. He just seems extremely cliche and forgettable, which is a shame because you're rooting for Mulan, but the threat is not that giant. Yeah, sure, the gender role is maybe like the main villain of the movie, but again, the Huns and Shanu just don't do anything. And then we have Mushu as comic relief. Now, I like Mushu, but I don't like him in the context of this story. Now, it's a bit hard to explain because I was laughing with Mushu's jokes, and I did like watching him on screen, but it felt like such a giant disconnect between the Mulan storyline of her defying expectations and going on this great journey to defeat the Huns, and then you have Eddie Murphy as a dragon in Chinese history. They seemed extremely different. A great analogy for this, and it's a bit of a weird one, we have ice cream and barbecue sauce. They're two great things on their own, but if you put them in a blender and mix them up, I don't think it tastes very good. Again, I've never tried this, but you know what I'm saying, right? They're great on their own, but together, I don't think that it meshes that well. Overall, Mulan is a fine movie. There's nothing really bad about it, but there's nothing extremely spectacular about it either. And with that, I can't really give it a recommendation. I can't say, oh, you gotta see Mulan, or hey, I really like Mulan, you should maybe check it out. All I can say is that, yep, I watched it, I enjoyed my time with it, not the best movie in the world. It's okay. It's nothing terrible. But will I watch it again? Probably not. This film didn't give me a giant reason to really say, hey, I gotta watch this movie again. Maybe I'll listen to the songs. Reflection's okay. I'll Make 'Em Mad at You is okay. And I know that one's a big fan favorite. This movie is just okay. So as for a rating, I'm gonna give Mulan a 2 out of 5 because it's okay. Anyways, guys, tell me what you guys thought of Mulan down in the comment section down below, and tell me down below also, what culture would you like to see Disney explore next? Would you like to see Japanese culture from Disney? Because I don't think they've done that. I know they've done Chinese history, obviously, with Mulan, but Japanese culture? Who knows? Would it be Russian? Would it be some African country, South American country? Whatever it is, let me know down in the comment section down below. For me, I gotta go with Canada because, you know, the true north, strong and free. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and you want to see more videos just like this, definitely hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.